Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have swatches to share with you for the polish pickup for April 2021. The theme of this month's polish pickup is 90s nostalgia, and the shop will open for pre-order on April 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will close April 5th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everything in the shop is a pre-order, so it will take approximately 3 weeks after the shop closes on the 5th for shipping to commence. The items might have a cap. If I say an item is capped at, say, 300 bottles, what that means is once 300 bottles sell, this item will no longer be available. And due to the fact that these are all limited edition, they are exclusive to Polish Pickup. You cannot buy them in the maker's shop. So if there is something that you love and it has a cap, I do recommend going in for that first, checking out, buying it, and then going back to shop everything else that does not have a cap. Now, Polish Pickup also offers flat shipping for the United States at $3, where let's say you make 4 orders, you will pay the shipping of $3 for each order. However, when they ship your order, they will refund you 3 out of the 4 charges. So you're going to pay everything up front, but you will get the refund for the 3 out of the 4 orders that you do put in. So you can order 20 times and you will get the refund for 19 of those shipping charges. Now, I think I have covered all the bases. Let me know if you have any questions and I will be glad to get you the answers. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into it? I think I have 21 items to share with you this month, so let's get to it. The first item that we are going to look at today is from by Dany Vianna, and this is called Mood Swing. This is going to sell for $12.50. There is a cap of 300 bottles available. It comes in an 11 milliliter bottle. This was inspired by mood rings and is described as a gray, blue, crelly base with teal to lavender duochrome shimmer. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on very smoothly and very evenly. I had no application issues whatsoever. You might see some brush strokes in the application, but don't worry about that. Once the polish dries down completely, they will vanish, and you'll be left with a strikingly gorgeous duochrome polish. This polish is so pretty. I absolutely loved the gray to blue shift with this striking shimmer. Absolutely gorgeous. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured, and nothing in this polish will be difficult for you to remove. So my swatches are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Next up is also from by Dany Vianna, and this is a topper, and it's called Floating Gold. It's going to sell for $12. It was inspired by inflatable chairs. There will be 500 bottles available, and it comes in an 11 milliliter bottle. I did swatch this over a deep purple, and it is described as a topper with a mix of gold holographic glitters and metallic gold flakes. The payoff on this was just absolutely wonderful. In one swipe out the bottle, I did absolutely no manipulation whatsoever. This might try with a bit of texture because there are some little bits of like glitters in there just to add some bling, but overall it really wasn't bad and it wasn't hard to remove. So here you have 1 coat over a deep purple with a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Cupcake Polish, and it's called I Love You, You Love Me. It's going to sell for $13, comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by everyone's favorite big purple dinosaur, Barney. This is described as a magenta cream nail polish filled with green to blue to purple to pink, iridescent flakies, and a hint of blue to purple to pink shimmer. This polish had an absolutely wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. Those flakies come out of the bottle nice and abundantly. They lay down with no fuss at all. This polish was just a joy to work with. This polish is not going to give you any kind of difficulty to remove or dry with texture. I did swatch this here in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. I used Glisten and Glow's glossy top coat. That we are going to be looking at that in a few polishes. And there you have it. 3 coats of I Love You, You Love Me with a glossy top coat. I never watched Barney. I knew the song because everybody sang it, but I never watched Barney. What did you guys? Next up, we have Cuticula's contribution of the base coat this month, and this is raspberry sugar scented, and this is Mic Drop base coat. It's going to sell for $8.50. And Mic Drop base coat is awesome. It goes and it's ridge filling, it's sticky, it gives you strengthening. You can wear it in 2 coats for a beautiful look, or you can wear it under your nail polish. It's absolutely wonderful. Raspberry sugar is the same scent that it was in the top coat last month, so if you liked it, you're totally gonna love this. It is personally one of my favorite scents that she has done so far this year, if not one of my top scents. Like definitely top five scents. I really, really adored this. It comes with everything that you can want in a base coat. It's 5 free, it dries quick, it has the ridge filling, which I definitely need, especially on the swatch finger that you guys see. I always have that line that goes through that can be like a pain in the butt. It's sticky, so you can use it to create great adhesion for long wear time. It'll defend against staining, and of course it has its strengthening properties that'll defend against breaking and splitting. I just absolutely love this base coat. It is one of my favorites for when I do wear a base coat. It's my go-to. Sometimes I just wear it when I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to put on nail polish, but I don't want to risk my nails breaking. I'll just throw on a coat of this real fast and I will be done. I did do this little mani because, seriously, my base coat pictures, they suck because my nails are yellow and it just takes away from the product. So here's some pretty nail art to go with it. There you have some nail art on top of Cuticula's Mic Drop base coat in raspberry sugar scented. Cuticula also has this wonderful polish for us this month. It is called Playing Games. It's going to sell for $12.50. This was inspired by the turquoise Game Boy Color. It is a turquoise jelly base with blue to green ultra chrome shifting flakes with black shreds and hexes in various sizes. This polish is so pretty. I love Cuticula's Crellies. She really knocks it out of the park every month. And the base color mixed with those black hexes and the black shreds with the little bit of bling in there is just so pretty. The formula was absolutely wonderful. No application issues whatsoever. However, this does have glitter in there, so you will notice a slight bit of texture. And it will be slightly difficult to remove, but overall I was very pleased. I'd say it was only medium difficulty. It was not hard, but it was not going to remove like a cream. So there you have Cuticula's Playing Games in 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Glisten and Glow's Ode to Overalls. This is going to sell for $12.50. Comes in a 15 milliliter bottle and there's no cap. Denim was all the rage in the 90s, but nothing made more of an impact on the youth than the one strap off the shoulder denim overall look. It is described as a medium denim blue with red to orange to gold to green color shifting shimmer. This polish is so pretty. It has such a wonderful formula. It applied itself. It was just a joy to work with. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever. This polish is so gorgeous and it hits the denim inspiration right on the head, if you ask me. It had a 2-coat formula for me. I did top it off with Glisten and Glow's glossy top coat, which we're going to have a look at in a minute. And the shimmer in there is just pops off the nail. I wore this with my next nail art look that you're going to see for like 3 or 4 days. And it has such a beautiful like little bit of a shift in there with that like greenish that you'll see at the angle. I adored this polish. Next up, we're going to look at some nail art I did using Glisten and Glow's top coat. The top coat itself is going to sell for $7.50, and there is no cap. This top coat is awesome for nail art. It does not smear, it doesn't shrink. If you want something that's going to dry really fast without having to worry about absolutely anything at all, this is definitely a top coat that you are going to want to have in your arsenal. I've never had it smear any of my manicures, even white nail art for whatever reason will almost always smear for me, but I've had really good luck with the Glisten and Glow top coat. I just did some pretty little lacy type stamping over Ode to Overalls that we looked at before, and I absolutely adored the combination. The top, see, you can see like I'm just painting like I normally would. I made a mess and not one smear, and it is so glossy. I love this top coat and I highly recommend it if you are looking for a quick, dry nail art top coat. Next up, we have Kathleen & Co.'s Don't Follow. This is going to sell for $12.50. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there will be 200 bottles available. This was inspired by Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains. It's described as a coral red with red to gold to green shimmer and hollow flecks. This polish was so pretty, and it had such a wonderful, wonderful formula. It went on very, very smoothly, very evenly. It literally just practically applied itself. I seriously, as soon as I put this on, I knew I was done for the day, and I wore it for an entire weekend. I really, really thought this was so pretty, and the shimmer mixed with the hollow flecks, just such a perfect combination. I used 2 coats for it. I had absolutely no issues with it, and it does not dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove at all. This next polish is from Lollipop Posse Lacquer. It's the Speed Out There. It's going to sell for $13. It comes in a 12 milliliter bottle, and there's no cap. This was inspired by Bjork's post-album cover and the song Enjoy. It's described as a juicy neon green crelly filled with pink multichrome shimmer holographic microflakes and pink to purple shifting iridescent flakes. This polish had a fantastic formula, another one that just applies itself. Everybody just knocks their formula out of the park for whoever I swatch for. I'm always having a very, very easy time. This polish probably was opaque for me in 2 coats, but I wanted to see how much I could deepen that shimmer and the green color, so I went in for 3. You probably aren't going to need to do that unless you want to. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever, no running, no pooling, no staining. I didn't wear a base coat with this, and I only wore it for dinner, but I didn't have any staining with it. My swatches are showing you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. The color on this is beautiful. I don't think I have any color that is just like this with the like kind of greenish shade that it is with the shimmer. Really, really loved this one. Next up, we have LynBDesigns, a little absinthe minded. It's going to sell for $12. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by 1890s Art Nouveau absinthe ads. It's described as a juicy jade green to pale spring green thermal filled with red to gold and pink to orange to gold shifting flakes and pink to gold aurora shimmer. This polish had a fantastic formula, absolutely no application issues whatsoever. Flakies came out nice and evenly, spread across the nail. The color on it is beautiful. The thermal is very reactive. I had absolutely no problems with this polish. It is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. It's a very beautiful springtime thermal. Next up, we have MLF Lacquer, and this is Bel Air Fresh. It's going to sell for $11. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle. There will be 200 bottles available. This was inspired by the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It is a light aqua polish packed with aqua to blue to pink to gold color shifting flakes, a dash of red to orange to green aurora shimmer, and silver holographic flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula, went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed right where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues with this whatsoever. It applied itself just so lovely. The color on this is just so pretty, and I always love a mix of blue and pink, and this one just checks all the boxes. It's such a pretty color. It will not dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. My final swatches are going to show you 3 coats and a glossy top coat. Next up is Pampered Polishes Just Blow On It. It's going to sell for $13, comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and there is no cap. This was inspired by the green see-through Nintendo 64. It's described as a murky leaning green jelly with silver and holographic flakes. This polish had a phenomenal formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed exactly where I put it. I had no application issues whatsoever. It stayed right where I put it. Those flakies are so abundant and so pretty. Honestly, this doesn't do a lick of justice. I went and I wore this one because I just love green and I love those flakes that were in here. So I wore this one for a day. I definitely want to note it did not stain me. I did not wear a base coat and I had no staining for the whole day that I wore it. But it is so pretty in indirect lighting. When I took a shower, I really looked at it and it was just so pretty. So I am including an indirect light picture of this one so you can really right here see those flakies just pop. It is such a pretty polish that my photos do not even do it a lick of justice. And there you have it in 3 coats and a glossy top coat. This next polish is from Penelope and it is called Love Never Dies. It's going to sell for $13. There will be 700 bottles available and it comes in a 10 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. It is a blood red magnetic with duochrome red to copper and cherry glitters. This polish had a fantastic formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It does look like it's going to be a 2-coater, and I did apply the magnet here because I thought it was good to go, but magnetic always pulls the pigment in, and you can kind of see I have those ridges, so I did go in for a 3rd coat, and I magnetized it again. I was happy with it in 3. If you don't have ridges, you'll probably be happy with it in 2. The magnetic line in it is nice and eye-catching and dramatic, which I love. I forgot to film top coat application, but my final swatch is 3 coats and a glossy top coat. I'm wearing this right now, so I can't tell you if it is going to stain when it comes off. It is not textured. I can definitely tell you that. Next up, we have Polished for Days Opal Watermelon. This is going to sell for $13. It comes in a 15 milliliter bottle, and it was inspired by Opal Watermelon Lip Smackers. It's described as a rose pink jelly base packed with rose gold, gold to green, shifting, iridescent, metallic microflakes. This polish had a most excellent formula. No surprise there. Polished for Days always has a fantastic formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It stayed where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues with this one whatsoever. I did choose to go in for 3 coats for maximum sparkliness. You might be okay with it in 2 thicker coats. I did do thin, so I went in for 3. This polish is not going to dry textured, and it will not be difficult for you to remove. It is absolutely breathtaking in all different kinds of light. My photos do not do this any justice. Definitely check out the listing on the Polish Pickup website to see just how beautiful and glorious the other shots of it can be. And there you have it in 3 coats with a glossy top coat. Next up is Red-Eyed Lacquers I Love Being a Turtle. It's going to sell for $12.50. There will be 150 bottles available. It comes in a 12 milliliter bottle, and it was inspired by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is a deep purple jelly with tons of orange, blue, red, purple shifting flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It does start off a bit sheer, but that is usual for darker bases with lots of flakes going on. You're always going to find it to be a little bit more sheer, but it does build up to fabulous opacity in 3 coats. This polish is just super easy to work with. I had no application issues whatsoever. No running, no pulling. I had no staining. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured, and nothing in this polish is going to be difficult for you to remove. All those different colors of flakes just work so spectacularly together, and it is just such a beautiful effect. And there you have 3 coats with a glossy top coat. This next item is also from Red-Eyed Lacquer, and this is her Tamesies hair oil. It is in the scent Dunk the Ruse, inspired by Dunkaroos. It's going to be $12. They come in a 1 ounce glass jar, and it is a frosted sugar cookie scented hair oil. So what you're seeing me do is literally dry my hair. I really didn't know what else to do for showing this off. So I sped this up like 800% because it took like 15 minutes to dry my hair. But I did 3 pumps, 3 smaller pumps of the oil, distributed it through the ends. I don't touch my roots when I use these kinds of hair oil. I just put it through to the ends, and then I just blow it dry like usual, which is, God, what you see me doing here. And I really, really enjoy this. The scent on it is spot on for the Dunkaroos. Literally, I wanted to eat it. It's such a glorious smell. And the final product on my hair was amazing. It eliminated all of the static cling that my hair usually gets when I blow it dry. It was so soft and so manageable. I could run my fingers through it. It stayed just how I wanted it throughout the day, and it didn't get over oily. I can usually go about 4 days when I straighten my hair without having to wash in between, without it getting greasy. And it's same for this, 4 or 5 days, depending on how lazy I'm being, for it to need a wash again. This did not affect it. I love this, and I highly recommend this hair oil. Next up, we have Rogue Lacquers. It's Gonna Be May. This is going to sell for $12.50. There's no cap, and it comes in a 13 milliliter bottle. It was inspired by the iconic NSYNC and their first album cover. It is a white curly with gold, purple, blue, and copper metallic flakes. This polish had a wonderful formula. It went on very smoothly, very evenly. It, again, broken record this month, it applied itself. It was just so creamy, and those flakes just came out in abundance and spread across the nail. There were so many of them, and it is just so pretty. I absolutely adore this polish. It is one of my favorites this month. I topped it off with Rogue Lacquer's own glossy top coat. I only needed 2 coats for full opacity, and it was not difficult to remove. I did have a few little stray flakes that wanted to stick to my nail bed, but it came off very easily otherwise. And there you have 2 coats and a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Supermoon Lacquers, Everything the Light Touches. This is going to sell for $13. There will be 100 bottles available. It comes in a 12 milliliter bottle, and it was inspired by The Lion King. Everything the Light Touches is described as a blackened red holographic base filled with orange to green and red to yellow color shifting shimmer, orange and red shimmers, copper and red sparks, bronze microflakies, holographic copper, gold, and red micro glitter, metallic copper micro glitters. This polish has an excellent formula. It's practically a 1-coater. I did go in for 2 because I did have some low spots on some nails. Supermoon Lacquer's formula is so easy to work with. It practically applies itself. I just love her formula. It's always so almost a 1-coater without being thick. It's just perfect. Nothing in this polish is going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. The holographic in here is so pretty and so sparkly. This polish is just absolutely gorgeous. My final swatch is showing you 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Next up, we have Whatcha, and this is a base coat. It's called BB Cream. It's going to sell for $10. It comes in a 10 milliliter bottle, and there are 220 bottles available. It is described as a milky, crelly base with vitamins, and it is a base for jelly polishes. This is which, I showed you the box here so you can kind of read what it says. It's ridge filling. It has vitamins. It's one of the kind of help you blur your nail line type of nail polish base coats that we've been seeing. This one has a fantastic formula. It went on super smoothly and so evenly in just 1 coat. I wore it for a day because I swatched this really late. And I wore it all the next day, and it was just beautiful. I didn't wear a top coat with it, no problems whatsoever. And it covered my staining, so it's a winner for me. I really enjoy these types of base coats because you can just wear them whenever you want if you just want some protection for your nails, and it's a nice little wash of color. Very pretty, and great formula on this. And there it is in 1 coat. I did also put it under this beautiful polish from Whatcha as well. This is called Heart of the Ocean, and it's going to sell for $13. It was inspired by the movie Titanic. It's going to come in a 10 milliliter bottle, and there are 220 bottles available. It's described as a dark blue jelly base with flakes and glitter. This polish had an excellent formula. It went on smoothly and evenly. It stayed where I put it. I had absolutely no application issues whatsoever. It is a little bit messy upon removal because it does have some little glitters in there. They might want to stick to the skin, but it does come off easily. And it did not dry textured. For me, this was just 1 coat of a glossy top coat over it. So pretty. I love the bright blue in that dark blue base. And that wraps up the April 2021 contributions that I have to share with you from Polish Pickup. There are tons more items available, so I'm going to have the Polish Pickup website linked in the description box for you down below, so you can check it out because it is open for preview. Don't forget, the shop goes live April 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time for pre-order. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you found the video helpful. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but I started including all my swatch photos instead of just 2 for the videos. I figured, the more photos, the better, right? Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you hate it, and I will do my best to adjust accordingly. Thank you again for watching, and I will talk to you real soon. Bye, guys.